Hey guys, welcome to Desk Jockey Physio, where we help active desk folks feel and move better. My name is Mitch Starkman. I'm an FCAMP registered physiotherapist and sports medicine clinic owner here in Toronto. Thanks for stopping by. Hey everyone, two quick updates before we jump into today's video. Number one, we have a free giveaway today. If you head over to deskjockeyphysio.com/guide, you can download your 5-step guide of how to set up the perfect laptop home office, which you can do right here, okay? And number two, we are now offering online physiotherapy sessions for you folks out there. To learn more about that, head over to deskjockeyphysio.com/online, and we'll see you there. All right, otherwise, enjoy the video, guys. Thanks for watching. But today we're focusing on lower body. We're pretty minimal equipment today, guys. You will need just something padded on the ground to kind of keep yourself nice, padded, and controlled. And really just your body weight. If you do have a band handy, it might make a couple of the exercises more difficult. But for the most part today, guys, we're going to be just using you and you alone. All right? Any questions from anyone before we get started? Okay, so to start off here, guys, first thing we're going to do is loosen up and do a little quick warm-up. Then we're going to get into a little bit of strength work as we go. Okay, so for the first warm up here, I have my I'm calling this my Tiger King.
Turn off my speaker.
So if you guys have a Tiger King, everyone, to start off here, guys, we're going to do a little bit of a stretch for the back of the hip. So you can take your Tiger King pillow, whatever you'd like to use. You're going to lay back flat, pick up that one foot, pop it over top, rest that down, and you're going to intertwine those fingers, grab behind the leg, and use your elbow to push the other side away. So you're going to hold and push away, let that head relax down, and you're going to feel a stretch pick up in the back side of the hip. And we're going to hold that stretch. Once you feel that stretch pick up, what we're then going to do is gently rock the knee in and out, keeping that pressure. So keeping the leg you're holding pulled in towards your chest. You're going to rock side to side. As you fold that, you should feel that pick up in different parts of the hip as you hold this, and just gently let that stretch work its way all around the glute, behind the hip, make it feel oh so lovely as you work through this. There should be no pain, no discomfort. If you hold this for too long, sometimes people will get kind of pins and needles or sort of like falling asleep feeling in their leg. That is you cutting off the blood. So we'll go ahead and take that foot off, shake it off, and we'll switch up sides. So now go ahead, switch over that leg onto this side, other side now. Grab, boom, underneath that leg, bring that up, push that knee away, and rock side to side. And we're gonna feel that stretch. Now tonight, guys, we're gonna loosen up the hips, get it feeling nice and movable after we've been sitting here kind of on hump day. And then we're gonna dive in, like I said, to some strength and activation work to get everyone ready for the rest of the week. Awesome. And rocking side to side. Good. Undo that leg. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch up to the other side. So switch up, use the other leg here on top. Grab underneath. And hold. Great. That's looking good, guys. I love how someone has a dog photo. Looks good. We're going to hold that up there. Good. Now, just so everyone knows what I will do throughout the programming today is I will give you options 1, 2, and 3. Usually options 1 and 2. If there's a third option, I will give you that as well. And what we'll go ahead is you can pick the difficulty level that you want to do. And Jesse and myself will comment on form or technique if you have your cameras on to give some feedback. Switch legs and open up side to side again. On there, good, keep going. Should feel a nice gentle stretch pulling in the back of the hip. Should feel oh so lovely. Good, and don't be afraid to rock all the way down, keeping that glute muscle runs like a fan all across from the sacrum, the base of the hip, into the hip joint, and we want to get all the fibers loose and moving well. Great. All right, so shake off those hips a little bit. That looks really good. Now, I want everyone to face the camera or face your computer screen. Now we're going to do something called butterflies. It's a stretch that a lot of people did back in high school in gym class. So we're going to go ahead and bring your heels right towards your groin or towards your pelvis, and nice and tight, flat facing each other. Hold your feet together. With your elbows, you're going to go ahead and push away trying to push your thighs down towards the ground. Now, be careful with this one, guys, that you don't, if I change to my side, you aren't bent over like this. I don't want you slouched down. I want you up tall, your pelvis locked out, and then you're driving your hips down, just like that. Okay? So let's try that, guys. So legs right together. Pushing down. That looks really good. Alexis, that looks great. I love that. Everyone looks like you're yogis. Up nice and tall. Yes, Lolly, I like it. And holding. And then what I want everyone to do now that we're locked out, feel the groin stretch on both sides. I want you to bring your hips and your shoulders down towards the ground, keeping your back straight. So just to show you from that angle, you're up tall and you're rocking down. You should feel it pick up a little bit more in the groin as you do this and rock side to side. Feel that groin open up and pick up a little bit. Good. And then bring those legs out. Shake them out. Get some blood flow back into your legs. And let's go ahead and try that again. Okay? When you feel the blood's fully returned, we're going to go ahead, pop those legs back up tall, drive those hips down, and get that stretch. Bring that trunk forwards towards the ground. I love Fanny and Henry. Looks very romantic Wednesday night, facing each other, stretching. That's great. Good. And rock. Work side to side. Good work, guys. Awesome. Okay. Looking great. Shake out those legs again. Now, for this next one, we're going to use a chair step up, or if you don't have one handy, I'll show you another option. Two options. So option one is for our hamstring, is we're going to come on up, put that leg up top, keep the knee bent, and then rock the hip backwards until you feel a stretch pick up in the back of the hamstring. If you don't have a stool or a step handy, you can simply drop down to a lunge and rock yourself back this way and pick it up, picking the heel up and feeling the stretch into the whole meaty part of the hamstring here, okay? Those are our two options. So up top, kneeling, or down low. Let's give that a try, guys. Top, good. Make sure you don't fully lock out the knee and fold forward. If you're feeling this in your calf, then you're stretching too far, okay? Should be up tall, knees should be bent, and it should be nice in the hamstring. And what you can do here is gently turn your belly button side to side to pick up that stretch in a couple different angles and sides. Really work it side to side here. Good. And again, nothing in your foot, nothing in your calf. A lot of people mistakenly stretch their, what we call sciatic nerve, and they feel a really good pull, but really they're stretching their nerve and not their hamstring. Shake that out. Now let's go ahead and switch sides. Bring that on up. Bend that knee. Rock that hip backwards. Good. And hold that stretch. Everybody keep going with that. That looks great, guys.
I've got my knees straight. Is that okay, or should it be bent more?
Yeah, so you can keep the knees straight if that's where you feel the stretch.
Yeah.
It looks good, as long as you're feeling it into that meaty part of the hamstring up here. And then relax it off. We're going to do one more set per side. I'm going to go into the lunge for this next one. And let's go again. Yeah, if you're really flexible in your hamstrings, you can be straight. I'd say most people can't quite get to that straight point, myself included, but some people can. And as long as you're feeling it here, in between these 2 points, we're in a good spot. And rock it. Good. Make sure you do turn all the way over to get that pull all into the groiny aspect of the hamstring as well. Shake that off, and let's switch sides. Up here again. And drop back. Looking really good, guys. Picking up that stretch. And you're searching, kind of hunting for different areas where you can really find some tighter corners of your hamstring. And you're spending some time just gently breathing, leaning into it a little bit. Awesome. Okay. Good. And shake that off. All right. So now we are going to get into some strength programming here a little bit. So two options here, option 1 and 2. The third option will be adding a band to any of these, okay? So option 1 is our classic, we've done this before, our basic clamshell. So you're lying flat, nice and relaxed, using your nice Tiger King pillow or something of that sort on the ground. Knees bent, not 90 degrees, not straight, but just in the middle. Ankles stay attached, and you're gonna make sure you're rolled forwards and lift up and slowly controlled back down. Up and back down. That's option 1. Option 2 is same position, straighten that top, if I have enough room here, straighten that top leg, bring it back behind you, and lift up and down. Back up, and this should be in your back pocket. If you're feeling this in the front or the front of the leg, you are doing this kind of too far forward, you want to readjust, okay? Those are our 2 options. If you want even more of a challenge, simply wrap a band around your knees, and you can go ahead and add some resistance to this version here. Okay? So options 1, 2, or 3. Jesse, go ahead. Did you have a comment?
Another key here, if you're doing the straight leg version, your enemy is speed. So going slow and being deliberate with your movement, getting at the top, holding it for a second and lowering down. Think of bringing your toes towards your head, like your foot is pointing, so your heel being pushed away. Just like that. That's exactly right. Good. Nice and slow, Alexis.
Awesome. And what I want here, guys, is 10 repetitions. If you've done 10, you can switch sides. And after you've done those 10, we'll switch over. But to Jesse's point, slow and controlled. You're cheating yourself if you do this one quickly. And up. Nice and slow. Again, you should feel that working in the back pocket right here. This is a muscle that gets forgotten a lot, loses a lot of that love.
It was asking me to call in or dial in, and I've never seen that done before.
And keep going. Good. And if you haven't switched sides, go ahead and switch side. I like seeing some people using bands out there, some people going without. All good. And lifting up. That's great. Slow, controlled. If you want to add a little bit of variance to this, guys, feel free to turn that toe down, point it toward the ground a little bit, and feel that pick up. Now, the one thing, keep going to 10 here, guys. I want people to be careful of here is make sure that you don't feel this in your lower back, okay? This should be all in the hip here. If you're feeling it in the lower back, that means you're doing this. You're actually using your lower back to do the job of the hip. So if you do, then what I'm going to tell you to do is stop here as opposed to coming up and doing the rest with your lower back. Same thing in this position. Awesome. If you've done 10, you can take a rest. And we're going to go ahead and jump right back to the other side. Right. I'm going to go ahead and do a clamshell option for this one, but feel free to do whichever one. This is our last set of this exercise. So if you think you can, push on to the next option. This is option 1, but feel free to push yourself to the option 2, or if you're feeling crazy, option 3. Right? And the more bands you use, the more challenging this can be. And if you notice, you don't have to open very far to have an impact on this. You can simply just go to here, and that might be the range of your hip. If I go further, I end up rolling my trunk back. So it really is just a slow, controlled movement to really get that good effective hip mobility and glute activation. The good news is the internet's much better upstairs. Who would have thought that? Like night and day. Good. And switch sides. This is good. And same thing, guys, driving up. Good. And again, if this feels easy, make sure you add a band or make it a little bit more challenging. That looks really good, guys. Everyone seems to be adding a good level of challenge to that. Going for 10. Good. And when you're done, you can take a rest. Awesome. And shake it off. I like it. Okay. So next up, guys, 3 options again. This is our glute bridge that we're going to do with 3 different variations. So option 1, 2, and 3. Option 1, feet flat on the ground, hands supported. And you're simply just going to go ahead and drive your hips up, keeping your glutes engaged and not overextending, and then slowly lowering down. Option 2, take one leg and just gently cross it over top. And you're going to go ahead and push just through one leg, up and back down. Option 3, take that leg fully up, drive up, and come back down. Up, and come back down. Okay? Those are our 3 options. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do 8 repetitions per side or total, depending which one you do. So you guys can go ahead and get started with that. I can go ahead and start with this one. Driving those hips slow, controlled down. Good. I want to see that foot fully flat, not on the heel, Fanny.
Oh.
Slow, yeah, good.
That's what Jesse taught me.
Using the heel is better if you want to engage a little bit more of that hamstring. But for this, we want to get a little higher up in the glute. Good, and one more. So if Jesse showed you that one, Fanny, I'd say do the one with the heel up. It must be good for you. And switch sides. And drive up. Good. And make sure those legs stay in line. I don't want to see that leg much higher. I want it just down. It adds a little bit more weight of that dead leg in the air. And up. Good. And just relax those legs out. Awesome. Now, this one you should feel that into the hamstring and the glutes. Some people get cramping in the hamstring. If that's the case, try changing your foot position a little bit. But most folks look pretty good with that. So we're going to go ahead, short rest here, and jump right back into it. If you went for just this version before, see if you can go ahead and cross that leg. If you went for the cross leg, let's go to 1. All right? Let's go ahead and go for it. And you're going for 8 total reps here. And up. Keep going. Nice and controlled. Don't forget about that way down. Good. Make sure you're breathing. Good. And we're switching sides, or I am at least. That looks great. And up. I'm breathing in, out, as I press. Up, good, go ahead. And 5. And 8. Awesome. Great. That looks great. I like that. We get a little bit of glute, a little bit of hamstring activation here. Now, for this one, guys, ideally you have something to kind of squat back onto, a bench or a wall, but you don't need it. If you don't have that handy, you can simply just imagine you have a wall behind you. But what we're going to do is called butt taps. So you're going to tap your butt either on the wall or on a chair. Line up your feet roughly hip width apart, hands in front, and you're going to slowly lower yourself down, tap your butt, come back up. Slowly lower yourself down, tap your butt. If that's too challenging, you can go to a wall or a window, like in my case here, and just simply rock and come back up. Make sure you engage and squeeze the glutes as you do this, okay? Let's go ahead. Go for 10 of these. Down and back up. Down, deep breath in, out, and back up. Make sure you engage and really squeeze those glutes as you come through. And out. And breathe in. Out. Keep going. Keep going with those guys. It looks really good. I like that. Fanny is in sync. That looks great. And up. Good. If you've done 10, you can take a quick rest. Good. All right, and shake out those legs. So for our next set of these, if you went quarter way down, try getting 20% more depth. Try to get a little bit more range with this one to get yourself a little bit more control and a little bit more extension of the hip. Okay? If we're ready, we don't believe in rests, right? Let's go for it. So right away here, coming back up. Get a little more depth if you can, and up. Slow, controlled down, and back up. Down, breathe out, and back. Again, going for 10. Make those quads work for it, guys. And up, slow down, back up. If you get to 10, you can take a rest. I hear some breathing, and I like it. Good. And keep going.
Your feet are hip width apart, right?
Exactly. Hip width apart for the feet.
Okay.
You can go a little wider if you need it. Kind of let them go where it's natural. But you want to let those feet be just gently kind of a little wider or right under hip width, depending where it's comfortable. All right. Once you've done 10, you can take a rest. Now, we've got 2 more exercises still to go today, guys. Next one is going to be a little bit more work on the quads. Okay. Watch me set this one up first. If anyone has knee pain or discomfort, just control your depth. Okay. So you're not going to go quite as deep for this one. So go to your tolerance here. So wide angle here. So wide angle for the feet. And what we're going to do, if I'm going to do my left leg first, is I'm going to rock my weight to my left, hips go backwards, and I push into this quad. I come back up and down. To show you that from the side, I'm here, I'm pushing back and up. Notice my knee, guys, is not coming forwards. It's staying in place and coming back. Okay? If there's any pain or discomfort with this, just simply back off and just load it here. Okay? We're going to go for 6 reps of this only per side. Okay? When you're ready, let's go ahead with that. So rock over, breathe in, out, drive up.
Think of really sitting your butt back here. So your hip back, not your knee forward. Good.
And go for that 6. I'm at 5 and 6. Good. And right away.
Are your toes pointed forward, or can they be off on a diagonal a bit?
Yeah, your toes can be a little bit angled. You kind of want them to be in line with the knee. So if I'm dropping down, I want it to kind of guide with that knee a little bit. I don't want it to be completely straight and kind of rock on it, but your ankle will kind of naturally go where it wants. We don't want you here.
Okay.
Or directly straight. So a little bit angled off, almost like 15 degrees. We'll go ahead. Good, keep going with those guys. 6 per side. Remember to breathe. And as Jesse said, drive those hips back. Load the glute, load the quad here. Work the hips. And if you've done your 6, go ahead and switch sides over to the other side, okay? And over to the left. Slow, controlled down. And again, don't worry if you can't go quite as deep on this one. There's a lot of work on the knee and the quad. Just go where you're comfortable. Good. And one more. All right. Whew. Get a little bit of burn going. See? You can get a lot going in 30 minutes. Okay. So one more exercise here to go, guys, or one strength exercise, I should say. We're going to pad the knees, or I have delicate knees. But if you have a nice yoga mat, That's all good. Please finish up your reps if you're still doing them. And what we're gonna do here is starting on all fours. There's two options here, okay? Option one, your leg is gonna be brought straight out behind you. And what you're gonna do is tap from the ground, up, down, and up. Now, I'm not extending my back here, okay? My back stays neutral, my leg goes out, and I'm simply lifting my hip up 15 degrees, lowering it back down. My foot staying straight, I'm not coming out at all. Option two, same thing, come up, then I'm gonna bring it out, back in, and down. Up, out, back, and down. Okay? There's a really good view of this in the side camera if anyone can't see that movement. Okay? So that's the two options, option 1 and 2. I want 8 reps per side. Whenever you're ready, give it a shot. I'm going to do option 1 first. Up, slow, controlled, and down. Up. Good. In, out. Good work. I like that I'm seeing nice solid backs. That's great. I don't want to see, like I said, any extension of the lower back here. Just nice and controlled. And if you've gotten to 8, that's great. You can switch sides. If you're not, keep going. If you're doing option
Lolly
2,
knows what she's doing.
yeah, Lolly's looking great.
She knows what she's doing.
And up, slow, controlled. Switch sides if you haven't yet. Make sure you're breathing. Again, there should be no pain, no discomfort. That leg staying straight behind you until you bring it out. Good work. Awesome. And relax it down. All right. I got one more round of those to do. If you think you can go from that to option 2, let's go ahead and bump yourself up to option 2. If you want to stay at option 1, that's all gravy. Okay? Quick rest here. Wiggle your hips around. Kind of get yourself feeling loosey-goosey one more time. Let's go ahead and jump into round 2. All right. I'm going to do option 2 this time. If you feel that leg when you're sliding out, you just feel that a little more into the back pocket of the hip. And make sure you control it. Keep that foot pointed straight. Don't let that foot turn out at all. Naturally, it'll want to turn out. Keep it nice and straight. We're going for 8 reps here. And up. 2 more reps. Good. And we'll switch sides. You need a lot of space for this one. Up and over. Good work, guys. Everyone did awesome today so far. It's a little more activation, a little bit more challenging than we've done some other days. We gotta switch it up. Good. If you've done 8, you can take a rest. If you haven't, keep going.
Yeah.
Great work, guys. One more for me. Whew. All right. So I want everyone now to make your way onto the floor, back into that bridge position. And we're going to hang out here just for a second. I want you to kind of let the ground just fully take you. Okay? I don't have quite the room here, but if you do fully straighten out the legs, let them just fall out any side they would like to. Arms flow out to the side. You done? This part of it? So that's awesome. You guys can kind of hang out here sort of enjoy a little bit of work that we did tonight. For anyone that wants to join us back again